Okay, so let's have a look at the pond in its current state. And by state, I mean state. It's absolutely shocking because I've emptied it all out and I've let it go overgrown while I am waiting to get everything I need sorted to get it all fixed up. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be redoing the pond. You can see here at the bottom, it's kind of hard to tell, but if I come from this angle you might be able to see that bit there is all kind of lifted up. That's the sand that's kind of gotten washed underneath. Water was spilling over, so this at the back here is a river, a stream system that was flowing back there. Water was getting pumped out from here. It was going up, down underneath about to that depth there, and was filtering up through a lot of stone, which is why all these plants are thriving at the back. They are the natural bog filter, and it was trickling down through this little gap here and running back into the pond. Full circle filter system, absolutely fantastic. Now what has happened is we just kind of recognized the liner. I had all the fish taken out because I wanted to redo this anyway, and I wanted to bring them in for the winter, but like this liner, let me see if I can get to a bit, it's pretty much ready to go. Now this wasn't a bad liner when it was put in, but it's been here probably a good 20 years, so this absolutely needs to be redone. So that liner is going to come out, that's gone. We're going to redo that. This filter system at the back, actually there was so much plant growth in this that the root network meant that all of the water level was rising and was flowing out over the edge. Now some of that water went back in down behind, which went underneath, washed some of the sand here, and that's why the base or the bottom of the pond wasn't level anymore, so it wasn't providing the correct support. So we want to get that sorted. I'm going to pull all of this out. All that raised part is coming out. That is going to get dug down further. I'm going to replace all the liner. I'm going to put some bricks in, make it sturdier, and I'm going to set it up so that if there is ever any overflow on the stream, it comes straight back down into the pond and not in behind the wall there and behind the liner. So I'm going to get that set up. Going to redo this stream, make it look really nice and fancy. It's really unkept just because the fish haven't been in here since last autumn. They got put into the 1500 litre indoor pond. And they've been having a great time, but they're ready to come back outdoors. Now, other things that we're going to do, this isn't great. This is going. What we're going to do is we're going to put in a nice wooden front on this, something that you can sit on and relax, something that doesn't have ants in it, and you know, the stones that are here will be taken off. We can use them around the end, make a nice rockery. We can use them in the back, but they'll be coming off. We'll be replacing the front, so that'll get done after the pond is sorted. When this stream was made, didn't have any access to here other than right in behind it, and if I walk you around here you'll see the access is like super limited. So that was really uncomfortable trying to walk down there with stuff and get this all made. See the mint here is having a great time in the stream, and focus. And yeah, and you know what, there was some stuff that was starting to come on nice in the stream. Some of the rocks were starting to get moss all over them, you know, but look, they were there for less than a year. They came on good. I reckon we do this right now and we'll get 10-15 years definitely of good pond experience from this. Yeah, so that's it guys, that's the way it is now at the moment. Tomorrow I've got a buddy coming down. He's going to give me a hand. We are going to empty this. We're going to get this emptied, get the liner out, because we need to redo the base. We need to get the sand base nice and level underneath, because you can probably see that bit there is all, it's kind of hard to tell, but that bit there is all raised up, like there's chunks, like you can see it's just not right. So this is liable to get ripped if anything's got underneath it. And really the bottom of it just looks a mess. We never took out what was in the bottom of it, because when this when my parents moved into the B&B here, they this pond was kind of 3/4 full of water. There was a bunch of goldfish that are essentially living wild in it that hadn't been looked after for a few years and were just breeding. Some of them have come on absolutely beautiful. They're starting to go from their wild kind of carp colours and into their goldfish colours, and they're just looking stunning. I'll show you a couple of them. But yeah, we're going to get this out, get the liner out. So we're going to clear all the inside of this. We're going to level the sand off, but not before we basically pull this whole river in the back here out. So there's going to be a bit of cutting and trimming. Now, a lot of this stuff here at the front is just grass that's after grown in the muck on the front of the wall, so it's not a big deal. But all this stuff here, all the mint is grown in the middle of, oh goodness, I can't even remember the name of the plants. You can see we got some wilt going on. I'll zoom in there a little bit. Going on here, because there just isn't enough water. The mint's after soaking it all up. This plant here flowered, so it's dying back a little bit. It's starting to wilt off. You can see some of the yellow flowers from it. It was actually, it was quite nice. I have some reeds and some flowering plants here as well. They're all good stuff. You've got a bag there kind of hiding some electrical stuff. They're good plants that I'm definitely going to want to keep. There was more plants down here. I'm going to pull the roots out there. So there's a number of plants that I'm going to keep out of here. So I'll have to get a little bit of a setup going. Maybe a bit of a tub that I can just throw them into. They could do with a good soak anyway, get them back to life. I want to keep as much of that healthy root network as possible because it's spent a whole year growing and it's nice and big now. And Brew, you coming over to say hello? Brew's tired, aren't you, bud? Brew's tired because we were chasing the football, weren't we? Yeah. Oh, he's a tired pup. But yeah, so I want to keep loads of this because the more roots we have, the more filtration we have, and you know that's nothing but a good thing. There will be about 40 fish, goldfish and koi going in here, so it's quite heavily stocked. The filtration needs to be super. That's why this river system was put in. Yeah, the filtration was absolutely phenomenal. This went from a completely pea green soupy pond in about 2.5 days to absolutely 100% clear. And I mean, this is an exposed area. Like, I'll just go back a bit. This gets absolutely no protection. Oh, we got a wide angle. No protection from the sunlight. The other thing that it doesn't get is protection from the heron. So I'll go wide again and I'll just show you. So what the plan is, Brew, you're coming over to say hello. Brew was a bit upset because he used to drink out of the pond, didn't you? He didn't. He drank out of the stream over here. Brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a bit of a cover on this. Kind of a traditional Japanese style cover. And that'll just be, you know, standard lengths of lumber. But we will get... You alright, bud? Something in your foot? I'll help you now. Oh, God, something in his foot. Gonna grab that, guys. I'll be back in a minute. Well, that was pretty nasty. It's like a shark's tooth. That was in his foot. Not super big, but I don't think I'd like it stuck into me either. So, yeah, anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a traditional wooden structure over this. We're gonna have slats going over the top. It'll still let some light in, but it will keep the heron out. That is the main reason for it. Aesthetically, we want it to look nice, but it has to have a function. The heron has to be kept out. The heron had a go at some of my best fish last year. I set up wires all around here. It looked awful. Kept them alive then, though. Kept the heron at bay. But like, the heron he just didn't seem to take issue with anybody or anything being around. Last year, because the summer was so hot, pretty much all of the rivers looked like this. There was no fish left for the heron to eat, so everything was dried out. So God love them, they had a hard time. But in saying that, I don't want them eating my fish. So yeah, so this is the last day this pond is gonna look like this. And yeah, big changes to come. So I'm gonna wrap it up there, and I will do a follow-up when my buddy comes along and gives me a hand getting rid of all of this ugly stone. There's some kind of pieces of bogwood, some plants that had lilies in them. Yeah, gonna start getting this sorted. So yeah, talk to you in the next episode, guys. Take it easy. Bye bye. What's up? You got your energy back? What do you want? What are you looking for? It's not that, is it? I think it might be. Yep. Definitely got his energy back. Yeah, he's a great boy.